This is the last time anyone will see her before she dies. Because 19 days after this video went live, she was found dead on the roof of that hotel. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's talk about how she was acting in the elevator video. What was she trying to say? What was she trying to do? Look at her, walks on completely normal, looks down, hits a lot of buttons in a very specific pattern.
What time of night is this?
It's never established.
There's like a rolling timestamp down here, isn't there? Like, but it doesn't have the date or time.
Baby boy, we get
Oh
that.
no.
She was found inside of a water tank, inside the hotel's water supply. People complained about the water being brown. When they showered, when they brushed their teeth, when they drank her decomposing body, she had found her way into many of the residents' stomachs. There is nothing about this hotel that doesn't cause someone to die as soon as you get in there. Like, there's something weird going on here. Like, people have called it so many things throughout history, like the hotel of death, the hotel of suicide. Or the Cecil is a place where dreams go to die, especially being in Los Angeles, where people come to dream and then wind up here, as if the hotel is calling to them. The Cecil Hotel, for the last 70 years, has been known as a place of great and dark energy. Some have often referred to it as a place where serial killers come to let their hair down. The Cecil Hotel has long had a very, very difficult and deeply creepy history. For one, people have been strangled in the middle of the night there. Murderers have come to murder there. In 1964, Goldie Osgold lived in the Cecil Hotel. Her nickname was Pigeon Goldie because she regularly would come out and feed the pigeons. So her nickname was Pigeon Goldie. Pigeon Goldie jumped out of the 7-story building to her death. Yeah, there is actually this urban legend of the Korean elevator game where you enter an elevator and you hit a series of buttons in a certain pattern, and then it's said that the elevator will transport you to a different dimension that looks a lot like your own. And if you see a woman come onto the elevator, don't engage that woman, don't even look at that woman, no matter how much she tries to get your attention. Don't pay attention to her, because otherwise you will be trapped in that dimension and you will never be able to come back.
Oh my God, you're giving me chills. Is that real?
Yeah.
That's creeped me out more than this video. You just explaining that to me.
If that's what's going on in this elevator, she made a huge mistake the first time she hit those buttons. Only a few days after her body was found, Los Angeles officials had confirmed that somewhere around 4,600 people were exposed or had tuberculosis.
Oh my God.
That in fact, there was a tuberculosis outbreak, not just in the hotel, but in the entire downtown area. Officials from the federal government were brought in, and to contain the outbreak, a TB test was administered to many people. That TB test was called the Lamb ELISA test.
Oh.
Almost as if you had switched Elisa Lam's name in reverse.
Whoa.
The connection there is thought to be that maybe Elisa Lam was a biological weapon.
What the fuck? Wait, why was it called the Lamb ELISA test?
I don't know.
I assumed it was because of her. They're like, oh, we found this lady in the water tank, so we're going to designate this project.
Oh, no. That was just also a TB outbreak.
What?
Mhm. One last super creepy idea that was thought surrounding her was that a mastermind killer tried to recreate the plot of a 2005 movie called Dark Waters, where there were one-to-one matches to so many pieces of the plot. Like the character's daughter and Elisa Lam both wore a red sweater the night they had died. They both died in the water tower of a building by drowning, and they were both found there after being lost for some time.
This movie came out before this happened to her?
Whoa. In 2005, and this happened in 2013. There are also different features of the movie that can be seen in the Elisa Lam case, just like there being dark, discolored water coming from the tap of the building in the movie, just as it had been at the Cecil Hotel. That's eerie, right? Why are the numbers so poorly laid out? I have never seen numbers on a video camera like this. It was originally uploaded with these weird numbers, as if this video had been tampered with, as if people were trying to hide something either about her death, about the hotel, about the people involved in this, or about all of those things together.
Wow.
Because watch this, how it moves. You can't make out the numbers, but you can make out that they tick in a normal way. And now let's add that to the door moving, and we'll figure out that indeed a chunk of video is missing.
Whoa. Yeah.
I think that they corrupted the video. Chunks of it were missing. And to hide that, they did this throughout the entire video. I want you to know, if you zoom in really close, there are buttons on each side, and she made sure to hit only the ones going down the center. That's really weird. Usually when people hit buttons, they just go like that. I know when I'm fucking around with my friends and I want to make sure they hate me, I hit every button available in a random pattern. Okay, this is where it starts to get weird. What's she looking at? What is she looking at? Look at this facial change. But she changes demeanor and presence and behavior as if something is constantly interacting with her, like someone you know or someone you've known. What is that? Is she on drugs? Maybe she's on drugs. Look at the way she comes in. I've done that on ecstasy. Just like, I'm so dumb. I don't know if it's the video, but she looks kind of dead inside, almost as if she were possessed. On February 29th, her body, after being found in the water tank, was sent to the examiner's office in Los Angeles. Every kind of exam had been done on her body. And because of the amount of time she had been in the water tank, a lot of things had been inconclusive. Inconclusive if there was signs of rape or murder, or if she had been drowned on purpose, or if she had drowned herself. However, a toxicology report had come back showing that her mental health medication was lower than what was to be expected with somebody prescribed the amount she had been prescribed. And so the coroner's office, after 3 months of examining her, had come up with the result that she had gone crazy. Now, I think that is way too easy, given the amount of time it took and all the other things that were circling around her. I think that was their easy way out. She was diagnosed with being bipolar, not having any form of hallucination. And though it may be the case that an extreme case of a bipolar episode could lead to types of hallucinations or delusions, the simple case that she had gone crazy was just too simple, given the fact that it took them 3 months to come up with. What else is weird? The lid to the water tower weighed 20 pounds, was unhinged, and led to a water tower that was 10 feet tall. So you're telling me this smaller set woman climbed a ladder, opened an unhinged lid, jumped in to water 10 feet deep, somehow pedaled her way back up to close the lid, and then remained in there because she was hiding from hallucinations. It was 20 pounds unhinged. So she opened it, surely. Then she jumped in, right? The water is 10 feet deep. How did she pedal enough strength to bring herself up to close the lid back down? It was unhinged. Was she killed before being put in there? Or was she drowned in there? And that fact, we'll never know. One tiny other weird fact is if she was up there that whole time, they had around 18 policemen over a few days with sniffing dogs up there. Surely they would have smelled a decomposing body. But they said time and time again they found nothing. What I think happened, my own personal take, is not her. She's just one piece of a larger puzzle that you have to see through time. The hotel has a dark persona. Could it be that the hotel itself is a supernatural power that feeds off of those who are suffering and weak, as if the hotel called to her to bring her to her demise, as it had done for decades and decades before to so many other people? In a way, as she decomposed in the water towers and her body was being spread through the pipes of the hotel, it's as if the hotel was feeding its residents with death.
Wow.